Hey, what's up guys, it's Jenna, and I'm back with a new video. Finally, after all those likes. Got me my creature feature shirt on, right next to my creature feature poster. Life is good. So anyways, I was going through some of my old stuff and I found this diary from like 6th grade. And I really wanted to read some of the best entries from my journal. So, it's nice, it's leather. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Let's start with the first entry. I'm not going to do all of them because some of them are a little bit weird, but hey. This is the first entry. This isn't really a diary, but it's not a sketchbook either. It's more of a regular journal than everything else. Then why am I writing in it every single day? This book will be used to record my interesting day-to-day findings and happenings in my life, and also to practice my art. I did actually put pictures in this, but they weren't actually drawn on the paper because I wanted to preserve it. I don't know why. I prefer not to write in a journal every day, mostly because it's a lot of work to remember and write in one of these things. This will also be a paranormal and dream journal because I'm very interested in that sort of thing. So, I went to the aquarium today. That's about all I did. Well, I'll write to you possibly tomorrow. I have no idea. Smiley face. Drew a smiley face on this. I was a weird child. Who draws emojis in their diaries nowadays? Okay, here's another one. Today is the last day of spring break, so I'm going to be going back to school tomorrow. School is always interesting. Not because of the lessons, but because of the kids. Every single class, one kid does something funny, and the next thing you know, it just involves a whole big old scene that involves the principal. Okay, that was kind of stretching the truth, because we usually don't need the principal to stop something big, but something happens every day. So today, I really wanted to confirm that. Today was pretty boring. All I did was go to my dad's office on Main Street and hang out there all day. Heck, I even managed to smoke a can of soda back home without neither of my parents noticing. Well, that's fine. This was like a year ago. And I actually remembered this next entry. Okay, so this won't make you laugh so hard you'll pee yourself. Why did I write that? Anyway, so today in social studies class, we had to answer some questions about immigration. I was the only one who actually wrote anything down. Then when my teacher went to check everybody's papers, he asked if anyone had written the questions down. And I was the only one that raised my hand. Then he got real mad and made us do the rest of the assignment independently, and what we did we had to do for homework. So I had no social studies homework, and it was hilarious. Aside from that, everything was normal. So that happened. Here's another one. Today was probably the craziest day of gym class I've had all year. In gym class today we were playing mat ball, which is a modified version of kickball that uses mats as bases. I actually still play that game, well, in like class, but it's a good game. If you guys don't know if you guys don't know what mat ball is, just ask one of my friends and they'll know. And speaking of which, today's shoutouts go to both Johnny J Gaming and Frotochuck Games. They are two of my classmates in school, and they are awesome YouTubers, and I would highly recommend their channels. I cannot talk today. Recommend their channels. Anyway, so today was the last batter. Was most of the others on the kicking team were on the mats, and I was on the field, just for clarification. So the last batter, who I forget who it was, kicked the ball, and all the base runners just took off, and then me went around throwing and catching the ball in crazy ways, when they were just complete pandemonium and just stood there laughing. Anyway, besides dance class, today was normal. Next day. Today was a very busy day. I had Scratch Club. Scratch is this programming website. And Girl Scouts today, which ate up most of my time after school. And speaking of eating up, what was I thinking? Speaking of eating up, I tried a Reese's Sundae today, and holy frick, it was good. But the main highlight of the day was social studies again. So today in social studies, my teacher was talking about how America's like a melting pot, and he told us that a good way to remind us about it is to think of salad. Then my buddy chimed in and said that salads have sauce on them. Everybody was all like, it's sandwiches, and boy, I laughed for like a full hour when he said that. Then again, you should always expect something funny from a guy who never turns in his homework. I still remember that. That was one of the best moments of middle school. Here's the next one. It was the first day of my probably millionth acting class. The weird thing about it, though, is that pretty much everyone who was in my last acting class was in this acting class. I do remember that. We did, like, this one play. I think it was Anne of Green Gables or something like that. And then the next acting class that I did, we were doing a parody of Downton Abbey, and every single one of them, except for maybe, like, one or two people, were still there. And I was so freaked out. I was like, what is going on? Isn't that freaky? And also I went to friendly for dinner with my BFF. We discussed Donald Trump. I also remember that, like, we were talking, like, at the time Donald Trump was still in the election. We both didn't really like him that much, so we were talking about Donald Trump, and my friend's mom, who was a Trump supporter, just stared us down like, and it was hilarious. and ate some of the world's biggest ice cream sundaes. But what really took the cake is I had 2 quizzes in school today. 2. The social studies quiz I was prepared for, but the math quiz totally caught me off guard. It was on mean, median mode, too. I think I did pretty well, or I think so, and I failed again. We'll never know, at least until Monday. And then I taped in one of my drawings. I was into Undertale at the time, so it was a picture of Papyrus and Undyne walking 2 dogs, and I was forever alone walking my fish. I had a weird imagination. And then I was like, okay, you may be wondering why I take one of my drawings into this diary. Well, I legit called it a diary when I said I wouldn't. Well, I didn't do much yesterday, so yeah. Even though yesterday was supremely boring, today was totally fun. Today in art class, my teacher showed us a film and it had swearing in it. I do remember that. We were like watching a film about some artist, and then... Oh, I can't work a camera. And then some guy that was like, yo, mother, beep! I'm gonna beep-ing, beep, beep, beep. And I was like, what? Why can't I not hold a camera? And now here's another one. Well, tomorrow's the big Disney trip. I go to Disney like every year. First world problems, although my friend goes a lot more than I do, so And I'm so excited. Anyway, about today, we had a very rare occurrence in science class. We got to watch Bill Nye in class! I explained Bill Nye. My entire class loved it, even though it was cheesy, but it was totally rockin' poppin' cotton candy awesome. I used the weirdest sayings. We used to watch Bill Nye all the time back in 5th grade when my other teacher taught us. Not only that, she let us watch Wildcats, eat Smarties, and dance on tables to Uptown Funk. Good times, man. I remember that. My one science teacher, not gonna say names, but we were... like, I had it for both 4th and 5th grade. And during, like, September of my 4th grade year, I was at Chick-fil-A for, like, some event for my school. And then I saw her walking by, and me and my parents sort of talked, and that's how we became friends. To everyone else, she was a lot strict, but I liked her. Anyway, I do remember the Uptown Funk thing. At the time, in 5th grade, Uptown Funk was really popular. So we were doing this, like, one science experiment where there was, like, a bunch of balls on, like, things that were supposed to be a roller coaster. Don't ask me, ask the curriculum. Anyway, so we were doing that, and then, like, her ringtone or a song went off. It was Uptown Funk, and then everybody just went crazy. There were, like, people on top of the tables dancing. There was, like, balls flying everywhere. And they let us do this, and it was the best day ever. I found another one where I was cosplaying Curtis Rex. Guitarist from Creature Feature, what you gonna do about it? I'm gonna read that when we were at the beaches, like that food place, a guy walking past me started laughing, and then when we were checking out, the cashier lady says, you have dirt on your face, you know that? Curtis has really big sideburns, and I put on like a ton of cream makeup to make it look like sideburns, and I failed. Alright, this is gonna be my last entry because it's complicated. So, it was the day after it was like a few days after my birthday, which was nice, and then it was me explaining that we went on a field trip to Ellis Island. Me and my buddy had a very in-depth conversation about Wonderland on the bus, and we got to see the Statue of Liberty. My mom wants to go back, but I'll prevent that from happening. The second big thing is that in science class yesterday, we got to dissect a squid. That was fun and disgusting, I'm not gonna lie. My partners were grossed out by it, but I really liked it. Last big thing is today was the last day of school. I've been waiting for summer since forever. I even got to show one of my videos to my homeroom. It was amazing. If you guys don't remember, like at the beginning of summer, I made this video to the song Just Like Fire. And that was dedicated to my homeroom, and I showed it to everybody. But the funny part is, immediately after, it cut to one of my previous videos, which was like 2 LPS talking in weird voices, and I just about died from embarrassment. I didn't die, I'm right here. Inception. Anyways, guys, that is the last of my reading my old diary entries. So, if you want to hear more weird diary entries, then let me know. I just got a new diary, which is nice. It's also leather. I like leather diaries. And I'm going to be writing in that, so once I get a few more entries in, I might read some of the passages from my diary. So, yeah, that's it. Bye.